Hello, everyone. Well, it's that time again where we're going to talk about video games. More so, the Final Fantasy VII remix or remake. Um, Last week at the PlayStation Experience, they showed another trailer, which looked beautiful. And after that trailer, they left during the keynote speech. But then, I think the second last day or the last day, they talked about the something new that they're doing is that Final Fantasy VII Remix is going to be split up into episodes or parts, which caught everyone off by surprise. It's like, what? And now here's what we know so far. Every single part is going to be as long as a full-fledged game, and it's going to be bigger than the original Final Fantasy VII was. Final Fantasy VII originally came out on the the PlayStation, and 3 discs, which is fine. That was the norm for Final Fantasy games back then, to be on multiple discs. Now everyone's losing their minds over that Final Fantasy VII is going to be split up into parts, but each part is going to be bigger than the whole game originally was. And I see this as a good thing. The only thing that we need to know is like when, how long. Like, this is what I want to know is how long each part is going to be. Um, you can't really split it up in how the 3 discs were, because then unless they, I don't know. So you can't have it in 3 parts. It can't work that way. Maybe 2. It might be 2. Who knows? But so when uh, I'm always losing my train of thought here. So each part is going to be bigger than the original game. Now they can't really change everything, so they're going to take some stuff out, but they're also going to add stuff, which is good. So I don't see the problem for this. I can see the problem being like, oh, they're gonna make it a full-fledged game, $60 each part. We don't know that yet. That's the thing. We don't know anything. We know less than when it got announced at E3 this year, in my opinion. I mean, they show us new stuff, but then they also bring out new details and such, which raises more questions, which doesn't give answers. So then you're basically left with the same shit that you were left before, which is nothing. So, what I want. Jump Festa is coming up next week, and I will have its own special video once Jump Festa is over, talk about all the amazing stuff that I saw there. Hopefully they'll talk more about Final Fantasy VII. They'll explain a bit more about the episodic thing. Maybe they'll say how many parts they'll want. Now this is what I want. This is all I need to know. Is Final Fantasy VII. How many parts is it going to be? Do they even know that yet? If they know it's going to be more than 2, they obviously know it's going to be more than 1. Otherwise, they wouldn't have said the whole parts thing. So it has to be 2 or more. That's all it has to be. If they don't know that, that's fine. If they know like a ballpark, it's like, yeah, it'll probably be more than 2, then okay. It's going to be 3 or more. When can we expect the first one? That's what I'm assuming we're going to find out at Jump Festa is when we can expect the first one, which will probably be next year, 2016, because that's also when the 20th anniversary of Final Fantasy VII is. So, obviously they probably want to do something special with that, so releasing part 1 of Final Fantasy VII Remake sounds like the best idea possible. Number 2, the one thing I need to know is the pricing. The pricing of each part. It all depends on how long of a span it is going to be between parts 1 and 2. Is it going to be a year thing? Is it going to be a 2-year thing? Who knows? It obviously can't be like Telltale games where it's like 1 part and then 6 months later or 3 months later the next part comes out. It can't be like that. Another thing, is it going to be a digital only thing? Because obviously if they do a disc, they will have to put each part on a disc like they did with the original, I'm assuming. Who knows? So is it going to be a digital only thing? Kind of like some of the other games that can come out. Digital only, I mean, I don't see I don't see a bad thing with digital only, but at the same time, I would like to have the physical case. You know, I played Final Fantasy VII when I was little, and I'm still debating if I should get the PS4 version of the PC version, which is the update version of the first one. First one. Basically, it's now on the PS4. The original Final Fantasy VII is now on the PS4 with trophy supports and everything. So I'm still debating if I should get that or not. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll wait. I can wait. Like I said, Jump Festa is next week. A lot of stuff is going to be shown there. They're going to have Final Fantasy VII there. They're going to explain more about Kingdom Hearts 2.8 with a new trailer. Hopefully we'll see it, unlike the D23 Kingdom Hearts 3 and Kingdom Hearts 2.8 trailers. Might get a release date for Japan there. I don't know if Final Fantasy 15 will show up there. If it does, that's cool. But I know that in March, Final Fantasy 15 is going to have its own special thing about, like, hey, this is when we're announcing the release date. So, who knows about that? And other stuff, you know, Persona 5, basically anything else that they might show at Jump Festa, I will talk about that interests me. So that's all I'm going to talk about now. So that's it in this little thing. I'll see you guys next week talk about Jump Festa, but videos will still be coming out, and I'll probably have an update video on that sometime soon too with the whole status of my channel. You know, I saw those strikes. I've been trying for months to get them removed, but the other party just does not want to listen to me, unfortunately. So I'm trying to tell YouTube, like, hey, I've been trying to get into contact with them, but they're not responding. They're not responding. It's not my fault. I'm trying to get them removed, but the other party's just not listening to me. Can you just remove them, please? But whatever. That's another discussion. That's a discussion I'll have later, or a discussion I'll have in videos. Anyway, I'll see you guys after Jump Festa.